Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Legacy SMP. I am in city here and I've got a new outfit. There's a new event going on. It is the season, which means I'm not allowed to wear anything except wings if I want and a Christmas hat. This one in particular has taken a beating because on streams we actually went end raiding. Yeah, without armor. That was fun. We've been advancement hunting quite a lot. I'm in 3rd place at the moment. Poppy's on trying to catch up to me, but she has 30 advancements or so to go, so kind of safe for the moment. Also, yeah, this is an 8. I doubled my death count because this event is harsh. Very harsh. It's very easy to die when you are not allowed to wear armor. But anyway, I've been doing a lot of advancement hunting lately, so today we're gonna do something else. And let's start a new build. This place where I'm at, that's the community storage building. That's Germ's base. And this over here is Poppy's base. Kind of in between all of us three, I'm gonna place a new building. Right where this hill is, in fact. Which means I'm gonna start by getting rid of this hill. And maybe the chickens. Chickens are everywhere. But yeah, I wanted it close to storage because it's going to be gear related. We're gonna need to gather a bunch of materials, but the very first thing I want to do is tear down this hill. Hello, buddy. Yeah, so somebody must have loaded the chunk where this guy was left. Picked him up while advancement hunting, and yeah. He's been kind of teleporting after me whenever somebody loads a chunk after. So the hill is gone. Need to take down the beacon that I used to get insta-mining here, but we'll fix up the ground later. That'll be fine. This is the level I wanted up. It's a little higher than the storage down there, which is fine. Maybe we'll make a bridge over and then a path up to the entrance to this place or something. It's also a little bit higher than Poppy's place here, but I think it's nice to have some level of landscape left. So this is going to be it's a decently small build. It's not super large. It's also not tiny, but I think it's going to be like 30 blocks across. And yeah, I need to take down this beacon. Then I guess I'll lay out some kind of markers for where it's going to be so I can decide where in this space I want it. But then we need to go and yeah, get some resources. I have wisely decided to make this building out of basically only things that I have very little of. So that'll be fun. Alright, I've done a stab at this. Grabbed some light blue wool because that's what we had the most of out in storage, and got a little bit close to Poppy's base here, so I might move it a little bit to the left here. I don't want to move it too much because the entrance, this is going to be the entrance, so it doesn't make sense if that's like off to the side too much. But I don't know, could build up this hill a little bit, I guess, but I don't want to get too close to Poppy's. How did we look back here? Okay, all right. So I think maybe what we'll do is we'll move it back and over to the side a little bit. So maybe 3 or 4 blocks like diagonally that way. Alright, we're now on top of the storage building. Looking down here, you can kind of see the shape I'm aiming for. And that's where it ended up now. Not 100% sure. But I mean, reshape the surroundings and make a path to it and stuff. It's a little far back maybe. It is intended to be a building that you want to go to when you're kind of in a rush, when you're in trouble. So we'll get to that later. But let's talk about materials. The floor to this place is going to be made out of dark oak. We've got basically none of that left. I think I might have some over in the pyramid, but yeah, there's none in storage basically. However, I did find some dark oak saplings while I was out adventuring. Oh, hello. You know what? I don't know if... yeah, is Poppy in her base? I don't know where the others are. I don't know if those spawned on me or spawned on somebody else, but if they spawn on me, I can despawn them. I'm going to try that. Okay, cool. That's an easy way to deal with those without getting, you know, a raid started on Pearl's villagers. She's managed to replace them now. Pearl and Python, I think, carted a whole boatload of villagers back up to that place. That must have been such an enormous piece of work. Like I was saying, dark oak. That's material number 1. And we're going to be using the logs, so we need tons of them. Absolutely tons of them. Then we're gonna need andesite. That chest is also empty. Andesite is a popular material. But I might have some of that from my dig out of the creeper farm over there, so that might be nice too. Then we're gonna need red nether bricks is the thing. So nether wart. We're gonna have to farm those. I don't have a lot. We have some. And then the best material of them all, we're gonna need this stuff. Mushroom stems. I really fell in love with this texture. I really kind of wanna build with that. It makes so much sense for what I'm building. But oh god. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to farm that in a reasonable manner. And then we need a whole boatload of glass, dyed glass. That shouldn't be a problem. And a bit of, you know, shulk boxes, some note blocks, some other stuff. Lanterns. Those things are all gonna be fine. And a bunch of redstone too. The stems and the warts. That's what worries me. Okay, well I found some. I got 28 dark oak. That's not much. It's not gonna last at all. We need tons more. So that's gonna be a big issue. I'm gonna grab all the andesite out of here. So we might have enough andesite. That's the good news. Bad news is, yeah, not at all enough dark oak. Well, so this is all the dark oak that we had. I've left dark oak saplings in here, but somebody's taken them, which is unfortunate because that means I can't make new. I'm gonna have to go back to dark forest, and that's quite far away. So I'm not too happy about that, to be honest. There's also leaves here that's good. Alright, so since I had to go here, I'm thinking we might as well just get the wood as well here. Just chop a whole ton of wood. And I might as well get some of the mushroom blocks here as well. So that's good. I'm gonna be chopping here for a while. Oops. I was looking up how much material I needed and it turned night while I was kind of not looking. Not very good. Okay. Good, so I've been getting up some of these. Where's my project box? Here it is. So we are now up to 39, which is great. But we need, I figured, about 6 stacks of this stuff. So I'm going to be at it for a while here. Whew, okay, well, quite a lot of mushroom mining later, and quite a lot of time later. This is the second shulker of just red camp blocks. But here, 63. That should be enough. I calculated it I needed 5 and a little bit, not fully 6 stacks. So that should be done. Yeah. That was a lot of stuff. Also got the rest of the wood I need. Should be. I'm pretty far away from home now though, so there's going to be some flying to get back home. How's my durability? It's okay. Time to go home. Ooh, what's this? This is the village? Nice. I need to check in this village for chests. Because there are some rare materials in chests here that we have to find in chests like this. Yeah, there are a couple of advancements that require finding stuff in chests. Especially the large ferns and tall grass need to be found in chests. And I believe the ferns are available in a chest in this type of village. Oh, there we go. Got the large fern. Oh, I need tall grass, but I believe that's a plains village thing. So gonna have to be working more for that one. But this one that I finally found, the large fern, sadly just needs to go in a composter because that's what I needed for. Ooh, there's a cat there, maybe of a type that I don't have yet. Haha! Ninja move. Don't know if I had this type before, but now I got it, so that's nice. That advancement is way more difficult than it seems. And here's a farm, so sadly fern is going bye-bye. Alright, so I'm back. I've unloaded most of the things that we don't need. The one remaining hard part of this gathering is going to be the nether wart. So I think I'm gonna go and harvest as many as possible from over here in the brewery go back over to where the build site is and basically set up a big farm over there. And then when I'm done, I'll probably have lots of them to spare, so we can come back here and just fill everything else back up in here. But all of this is really good, and we'll replant these here, but then also plant a whole field of them back at the build site. Alright folks, it is time to start building. As we get into that, that's going to be a time lapse, but what is this place? Well, the outline down there is going to form an abandoned old shop. Basically a big fancy shop that's kind of falling apart. A nice facade, overgrown with greenery, and with a glass dome as a ceiling that has been shattered, that has several holes in it, and the vegetation is starting to sort of reclaim it, grow in. What is in there? Well, you can see how it's kind of gear-shaped. That is the legacy gear. The insides are going to be refurbished, they're going to be all pristine looking, and that is where I intend to put a number of reserve gear suits. It's supposed to be the place where you go when you've lost everything, when you need a quick pickup, you need your backup gear. And there's going to be a number of armor stands in there with boxes next to them with lots of gear in them, so you can quickly get fully geared up. It's not going to be any like backup band stuff. It's going to be fully up to par, top-notch gear, fully enchanted, preferably netherite, wings, everything. It's going to be on there for all of us. We came into this world dazzled and confused with nothing, but now look at us. Farms, wonderful builds, community halls. We are claiming this place as our own, and now these old abandoned places are getting new life. The Legion is strong. Alright, we are getting somewhere. As you can see, there's a beacon in the center. I'm gonna put a red glass under here to make it all red. That's gonna go up through the center of the structure. We'll make sure that it carries all the way up. Obviously, rooftop is not on yet. There's gonna be a glass dome with andesite kind of structural bows going over like this, and then some broken glass. But you can kind of see the sort of the main inventory. There's going to be armor stands with the main features: wings, helmet, legs, shoes, and then a shulker box that belongs to each with a bunch of auxiliary things: weapons, pickaxes, arrows, food, whatever you could need. The point is, you should be able to run in here, grab all the things out of this box, and then be ready to go and reclaim your gear, or effect vengeance on whoever killed you, I guess. So that's that. We'll wait till the rooftop, because I want to build a doorway first. This is going to be, this is supposedly an abandoned shop, and so usually you'd find in a shop sliding doors, right? Except you can't really make those in a good way, because you'd need a massive piston mechanism outside of here. It would be horrible. So we're gonna make a little weird compromise where I guess the Legion, as we came in here, just didn't kind of understand how sliding doors work, and so we rigged them up upwards. So we're gonna have, when I step on these pressure plates, or that one, they're gonna push up, leaving a gap, and then when they close, they're gonna push down. We need some glass, and we need a massive mechanism under here. And we need somewhere to transfer the signal up top, and a little bit of a piston mechanism up there too. And I have a little bit of an unusual way in mind to transfer the signal up top without affecting the build. There's no space here. The walls are just one block thick. There's nothing we can... Like, if we put a tower of redstone torches here, it's gonna look awful. So we're not doing that, but I've been crafting a whole ton of components here, so we should have everything we need. Now I just need to dig out quite a sizable area underneath here, and we'll get to building it. Alright, so we have quite a mess of wiring here. Basically what it is these are double piston extenders. They will extend twice. Well, they will extend and retract. So if I step on these, See, they push up and then come back down. This means that the glass that was here, which is not there now, obviously, will be pushed up, leaving a 2x2 gap here and here. So, got that done, then we'll walk through, obviously. And then there's a timer down here, this fade out timer, that will eventually switch off, and the thing is supposed to close. Now, the closing needs to happen from above. We're pushing the glass back down, and that means I need to get a signal from down here to up there in a way that looks natural on this building. And what I'm going to do is use this. This log here is connected to this piston. This piston will get a 1-tick pulse, turning it into a T flip-flop, which means that it will alternatively push the log up or pull it back down. We'll surround this with some other bark blocks, I think, later. Up there, we're going to have an observer looking out onto this thing. And then what's going to be here is a stack of leaves. This is just a distance where leaves will detect whether they are close to a log or not. That means that an observer pointed into the leaves up there will detect that this log got pushed up or pulled back down. Which means that every time we 1-tick pulse this piston, an observer up there is going to get a pulse as well. Meaning we can communicate from down there to up there through what is seemingly a decoration on the outside of the building. Okay, so the way this is going to look up here is we're going to... Oh, I need more of these. These are going to go across here in a line, which conceals all this stuff in here. We're going to be building with redstone on top of mushroom. It's all good. This doesn't matter. This mushroom block will change to this texture when it connects to another mushroom block that is then removed, but this is all going to be inside, so it doesn't matter at all. And then here's where we'll build our mechanism. It's going to be cramped. We want to keep it as low as possible to not get the front of the store to look like a giant bulge. So we're a little bit cramped for space. We're going to use alternating slime and honey blocks and a little bit of other trickery to get it as compact as possible here, basically. So here's a little weird circuit. We're going to have 2 sticky pistons facing upwards here. And that's the trick. We're going to be, since all of this stuff is going to get pushed up, we want to pull it back down. We'll be doing one part of the pull using sticky pistons, slime blocks, and honey blocks. So we'll pull the mechanism down, and then we'll use a second row of normal pistons to push the last step downwards here, right next to these. So there's a timing circuit here, 2 repeaters set to 2 ticks, which means that these will have time to extend and retract before we power the other 2. So if those are glazed terracotta, glazed terracotta in general works best in patterns of 4. So I think we're going to replace these with glazed terracotta as well. And the ones that come to mind are either white or... is it black? Might be black. Alright, so I got those. Now the question is which ones. I feel like the white ones... this is potentially more friendly that you'd see in a store. The black ones, if I can figure out how to place them. Maybe... no, I want this up here. So if you put them like this, they kind of look a little bit like a fan, like you would have in the ceiling, maybe. Maybe it's a stretch, but a little bit. Maybe because everything else is so white, it's a little tempting to go with these. Maybe I'll do that. You figure out how to get the sort of sun pattern into the center, like that. There we go. And that should be a working door. So, open should still work. Still works. And now that we walked out, there we go. Working door. So now we need to cover everything up, we need to make the roof, we need to just build the rest of the thing, but the mechanism is done, which is very nice. Alright, so it just dawned on me, it's the gray glazed terracotta that looks like a fan. This part needs to be inwards, so this needs to go down here. And we turn it... yeah! And we get like a central thing with something that could be mistaken for fan blades, I guess. We need these up here too, because these are going to push up so they will connect to the rooftop from the inside, into the ceiling. If I don't have glazed terracotta there, they're going to stick and it's going to be bad. Oops. But I believe that's the entire thing, whatever it is, the front. It's still quite the bulge, despite my best efforts, but it's decent, I think. Alright folks, quite a bit of time later, it's done. Got the leaves placed, some other decorations I put on the back side of it here. I've kind of evened out the terrain a little bit, make it look a little more natural. Piled up a bunch of sand here. Kind of wanted it to look like the sand was kind of blowing in, piling up on the backside. Nobody's been looking at that for a while. Banners are on. Welcome to the Legion's gear. And inside, all of the elytra that I got from the end rating, plus one more that I had spare, all enchanted up. These all have mending and unbreaking applied to them. So we're part of the way through. Obviously, there's lots more adventuring to be done before this is fully done. And then there's some spare stuff here. Obviously, going to need to do a lot more work to get stuff in here. You're going to want full armor pieces. Luckily, that doesn't matter right now because, well, we're not allowed to wear armor anyway. But I want enchanted shields, I want tools, I want weapons. So, bow and arrows, sword, pickaxes, shovels, axes, a whole deal should be in here. That's just going to take a lot longer and, well, it's going to be a grind. So it's not going to be so fun to watch on camera, but the place is done. Holes in the glass dome, everything here is spawn-proof. So nothing should spawn up there, so nothing can drop down, so it should all be fine. Pretty happy with this place. It's a little bit of a sidetrack, not maybe the normal thing that you do, but once this is done, whenever you die, you need to recover your gear. It should be a super quick thing. You run in, you take the stuff from the armor stand, you grab the stuff out of the shulker, and then you're set. You're back exactly where you were. You have basically lost no progress. And then you can go get your gear back, or, you can get... Maybe I should put an additional shulker in each one of these, just so you have stuff to place your gear in. That's maybe a thing to think about. But yeah, you should have lost nothing and you should be ready to go out and grab back your gear right away. That's the plan. And that's going to be it for today. That's going to be the last legacy that we do this year. Next year, time for new adventures. The Legacy SMP, thank you so much for this year, everybody. I'm looking forward to more adventure to come. But that's going to do it for this time. My name is slicedlime. Thank you for watching here on Legacy SMP.